Good morning. We want to talk to you again today about conscious and unconscious creating and what it is exactly that you're doing here in the picking and choosing of the lives that you will experience. We recently had a guest on our show, and we received a little bit of feedback from someone that was perhaps not in agreement with the teaching or feeling as though it was someone that really aligned, let's say, to our teachings. What we want you to know is that we invite those that are in the healing modalities to share what it is that they have experienced and learned and used in the assistance of other humans and the results that they have gotten of it. And then we allow those humans that are receiving that feedback or watching that broadcast to feel their guidance system and to decide, in fact, if this is something that they align to. Unfortunately, sometimes as a human listens to something, they go a little unconscious. Something within them in the negativity of a fear or angst or a worry overtakes them, or their trust in their own intuition is denied, and they get a little bit upset about what it is that they are listening to in that fear, in that angst, in that worry, and in that distrust of following their own guidance system. We're not telling you that everything that everyone does or everything that you read or listen to is in fact going to be true for you. But that doesn't mean that there isn't some truth in it or that others are not picking it or experiencing it and therefore benefit by the broadcast of it. We want you to understand that there is no right and wrong, there is no good and bad, and that there are streams of consciousness that are created in the way that humans think and feel. And everyone is deciding, picking and choosing whether or not they will align to those streams of consciousness and experience that in their experience. What your work is or job is, pay attention to how you feel and notice when negativity begins to arise within you and then move to heal that negativity. It's not to change how you feel. It's not to trust someone that perhaps you're not trusting, but it's to look within you what it is that is causing you to be in this flux of not being able to depend on what it is that is coming to you. You simply turn the channel off. You simply put the book down. We would advise you to do the same thing to us. If you're hearing something on our broadcast and there's a negativity within you as you are listening to it, change the channel. We are not telling you to change your perception or your belief. We, in fact, are shoring you up in it. We want you to be 100% feeling and listening to the guidance system that is within you and always deciding whether or not the teaching is aligning to you or not. This is how you pick and choose in your consciousness, in your awareness, in your understanding. That reality is all things that those have picked and chosen and focused upon and aligned to. We just cannot exclude things that are not to your liking. We can only look at what it is that is evoked within you when it is not to your liking, and then heal that thing that is trapped within the energy center, that therefore you would feel very grounded, very sound, in choosing what it is that you want to feel by moving on from a teaching or something that you have read or heard that did not align to you. And you'd feel confident, wouldn't you? You'd feel as though you could trust yourself. You'd feel as though it was an easy decision to make. You would not move to try to change the broadcast. You would not have to flip the channel, perhaps if there's something on the TV that you don't like the sound of. You would only know that this does not resonate with you, and therefore you're not going to apply it in your experience. This is the difference between unconscious creating and conscious creating. In conscious creating, I choose how I want to feel, and I follow that feeling. In unconscious creating, I have a feeling evoked in me by what I am viewing, and I follow that feeling. We want you to listen, of course, to any negativity that comes to you, but then we quickly want you to align to yourself in the decision that you make, that perhaps that isn't for you. That's a stream of consciousness you do not wish to visit, and totally trust in your decision to move on to something else and not apply it in your experience. It doesn't mean that others will not benefit from that thing that you did not need to hear about or teach yourself about. Let's use that term. So we hope that this is clear for you to understand that from time to time, we're going to bring guests on our YouTube channel, and they may have varying opinions that are different than ours are, but we are doing this for good reason. We want to cover the whole population in the way that they think and feel and let them observe others that are in the healing modalities and decide, in fact, if this is an experience that they want to have or have had, and therefore apply it in their lives, you see. This right and wrong thing is a tough one for humans to accept. They don't understand that reality is something that is chosen. It can be chosen in happiness and joy and in alignment, and it can be chosen in fear, in distrust, and in sadness, and in disconnection. It's a difference between unconsciously creating and consciously creating. And you would always know which one you are doing by the way that you would feel. You're never going to change others in the way that they view their world or live their experience or believe in their experience. You can only take what you can from it that aligns to you and add it to the universe that is you, and then decide how you want to feel in that moment. And now you're moving into mastery, aren't you? You're picking and choosing. You're not changing and condemning, are you? You're not changing, making things go away and asking them to be removed from your purview. You're allowing everything, aren't you? You're surrendering to everything. You're allowing everyone to create in the way that they create, and then you are deciding by your own guidance system and your own good feeling, what is it that aligns to me? Good day.